Hello everyone and welcome to another review. Sorry about that. Today I have a fragrance for you that is extremely popular amongst the YouTube community. It's extremely popular amongst fragrance enthusiasts as well. It is none other than L'Instant de Guerlain pour Homme Eau Extreme. Here is the box. It says Guerlain Paris. The only difference between this and the normal version that you're going to see is that the normal version does not have this Eau Extreme on the bottom of the box. Now, here is the bottle. The bottle looks very similar to the normal version as well. The only difference here is instead of this black siding, you're going to get clear siding. It's going to be see-through just like the middle of the bottle. This is my second bottle of this. The reason why this is my second bottle is simply because the first bottle that I got, let me go ahead and show you a picture of it. As you can see, the middle of my bottle, it actually had this cut out on it. So, a funny story on this, I'll get to that in a bit, but this is available in the 75 milliliter. It actually ran me around $75. It's very tough to actually come by. And the best way to actually go about getting this is to simply call up the Guerlain boutique. There are only a couple boutiques I've seen that actually have it. The one that I got mine from was a boutique in Canada. I got it via recommendation of Hero basically, or Miguel, as some of you may know him. I got it from his recommendation that he put out. He put out a video for it a long time ago and ended up purchasing it from a saleswoman named Valerie from the Guerlain boutique in Canada. Long story short, ended up going to Canada on vacation, visited the boutique. She saw that I commented and left a note that my bottle kind of had the mid missing. Didn't want to replace it, but she said, you know what? She gave me a free new complete bottle and just said, you know what? Send me back the other bottle. I don't care how much is left in it, even though I used like 25% of it. She just said, send me back the defective bottle. I'll give you this new bottle, and it was done. So excellent salesmanship, excellent customer service by Guerlain. Have to comment on that. That cannot be understated. But yes, so that's why this bottle is full, even though I've used this quite a lot. So, on to the actual item itself. Now, this was created by Beatrice Piquet. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing her name right. She has done a couple of fragrances. The main items that she's done fragrance-wise have been like Burberry Sports for women, Burberry The Beat for women. She's done some Armani. I think she did Armani Night. She did some Bulgari fragrances. She did almost all of the Beckham line that I've seen. So she has quite a bit of experience. So with that, let's just get right on to the notes. The notes for this are, at the top, it has citrus, star anise, and elem. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Elem or elem. For mid, you have jasmine, neroli, and tea. And for your base, you have hibiscus, cocoa, cedar, patchouli, and sandalwood. So, what you get with this smell, this right off the bat, let me tell you, reviewing this one was very weird. This is a very favorite scent amongst YouTube and fragrance enthusiasts. Very overwhelmingly positive results. What I get from this right off the bat is almost a citrus and cocoa smell that's kind of mixed together, and when mixed together, it almost gives you a minty type smell. Right in the background of it, that's always ever present are woods. You primarily get, or I at least get, sandalwood and cedar that are right below it. So what you're going to get is that cocoa and citrus mix kind of laying on a bed of woods. And that pretty much, sorry about the camera, is what I get for the entire scent, almost lasting throughout the whole time. It's a very, very funny scent. About an hour into it, you start to get a little bit of the florals, but the florals don't last long at all. Even though it has the jasmine, neroli, and the tea in the middle, those kind of appear for a brief moment, but then they disappear and go in the background. For the vast majority, citrus, cocoa, and sandalwood and cedar are pretty much smashed together and give you the scent that you're going to get. Now, it almost can come off a little bit smoky too, but I still get more. I think that's more because of the cocoa that comes into it. It can come off a little bit smoky on your skin, but again, citrus, dark cocoa, cedar, and sandalwood. That's what I get from this scent. Now, sprays. This one for sprays lasts about 4 to 5 sprays. is generally what I do. I usually go one to each shoulder, go one to the head, and go one to the back of the neck. Sometimes if I want to, I'll just throw an extra on my wrist, whatever. That's generally the amount that I actually go. For occasion, I rank this one as a casual fragrance, and to a limited extreme, a date fragrance, or to a limited edition. Now, I put an asterisk next to the date mark, and I probably should begin my explanation with this. This scent, I would classify as a date fragrance, but there comes a little bit of a problem with it. And that problem is that it's not as appealing to women as it is men. This fragrance, by far and large, and I'll touch upon this more, is very popular among men. Men love this scent, but women don't seem to be as keen on this scent as men do. So projection, it gets good projection, great projection. I would say it's definitely great projection. You're gonna get, people are definitely gonna smell you when you spray the scent, and it's gonna get a good enough projection that people maybe 5-6 feet away from you are gonna smell it. As far as sillage go, it doesn't really stay along, as you pass people, it's not going to really leave that scent trail. Sillage is scent trail. It's not going to really leave a scent trail behind you that's people are going to pick up after. It leaves an average, decent enough scent trail, but nothing that's, really jumps out at you. It's no slacker, but again, just average. As far as longevity goes, this is going to give you, at least gives me about 6 to 8 hours of longevity on my skin. After that, it turns into like this woodyish smell, just woody and really close to the skin, and that's all really you get from it. For season, now most people tend to classify this scent as a winter scent. However, I believe you can actually wear this one year round. You can wear it year round. The only difference is in the summer or in hot weather, it starts to bring out that citrus note and it starts to get a little bit more sweet. Whereas if you wear it in the winter, the citrus note isn't as pronounced. So the woods come out a little bit more and it starts to feel a little bit more smoky. So it's a little bit of a change. If you want to wear it in the summer, it'll bring out more of the sweetness, and you wear it in the winter, it'll bring out more of the woodsiness. Just if you're wearing it in the summer, I would just caution you to probably go on the lesser side of sprays. Maybe stick to 3 sprays, maybe 2 sprays if you want to, and it'll do just as fine. As far as age group goes, I honestly think anyone can wear this. It sort of feels like a little bit more of a mature scent, but because of that sweetness, I think it tames it down and brings it into a little bit more of a playful mode than it. So really, any age group, whether you be in even high school, if you can get your hands on it, feel free. I think it's a good scent for pretty much any age. High school, even your older gentlemen, might be a little bit better on your older gentlemen, but really anyone can wear it. As far as what other people thought about it, now this is where the fun part of the review comes in. Go ahead and check it.
So this one was actually the toughest of the 3 for me because my initial impression was that it's sort of overpowering and musky, and that's sort of the opposite of what I look for in a cologne. But as it sort of settled in and I sort of got another smell of it, I do sort of like it. It's still not really what I would look for, but I think it is a pleasant smell, and for the right person it would be a good cologne to wear. As far as a letter grade, I would have to say that I would give it a B, partially because I did like it, but like I said, my reaction to it changed as I continued to smell it. So overall, a B.
So it smells really clean. It almost smells minty to me, even though I'm not sure if there's mint in it. I would like if my husband wore this. I guess A-.
This one is interesting. This one has a tingling, almost like I want to feed type of smell. I feel like I'm hungry, and I feel like I'm hungry for food and women. I give this one an A. It's very powerful.
Okay, I don't like this.
I don't like it.
It smells like ointment or those incense on the street.
It smells like a guy had a bitch and he slathered like minty bug ointment.
Yeah,
on
like
himself,
minty, yeah.
And it's been like an hour.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
If my man wear this, you gotta go like change it right away. I give it a C- to D. Yeah.
So, as you can see, there are some interesting comments on what other people thought about this scent. One mentioned it was overpowering, one mentioned it was musky, clean, Minty, again, the citrus and the cocoa comes off as a little bit minty. Minty was mentioned twice, actually. One guy mentioned that he felt like eating it. He got the gourmandish feel from the scent, even though it's not really a true gourmand, but it does have enough gourmand tendencies in it. The other people, I'm sorry, two women actually described it as ointment, incensey, not so good. And overall, even excluding just those 5 who you can see had it, excluding those 5, you had a lot of people, especially women, actually mainly women, who just did not like this scent. And the reason is they found it too medicine-y. They found that it smelled too much like bug spray or ointment. That's the impression that they got off of it. Now, on the flip side, men, on the other hand, just absolutely love this. And I thought, maybe I'm just... maybe something's off on mine. Maybe I'm presenting it wrong or something like that. And so I presented it in a different way, still got the same results, and thought, okay, well, how is that? Went on to base notes and looked, and if you look at base notes for this fragrance, it has 40 likes and like 2 dislikes. Overwhelmingly positive. But then I looked at who was actually liking it. All men pretty much liked the scent, and I didn't see any female comments on the scent. So by far and large, this is more popular amongst men than it is women. You saw Brianna actually in the review. She actually liked the scent for it. She would recommend it for her husband. But just as much, I got a lot of women who did not like the scent at all and who would not like it on their spouse or chosen for it. So for this scent, you really want to keep out for that. You may not get the same reaction from women that you're expecting if you're looking for it to be a female pleaser. So for scent, I'm going to go ahead and give this rating a B. It's a solid B. It's a good scent, above average, very good scent. I really like the mix of cocoa and citrus. It gives it a very unique scent and something that you're not going to really find elsewhere too much. And the woods really adds a smoky feel and a very mature feel to it. So a scent, it gets a solid B. For projection, it gets a solid B+. People are going to smell you with this scent. Some people think it is a little bit overpowering, but when sprayed on the skin, as opposed to clothes, it actually calms down a bit. Projection is good, but it's not one of the projection super monsters that some people say, but it does have very good projection. For sillage, this one gets a solid C. Average sillage, not bad, not great, leaves a decent scent trail. So for sillage, it gets a solid C. For uniqueness, this is where the fragrance shines. It gets a solid A+. I really haven't smelled anything very similar to this at all. I'm told it smells a lot like, obviously, the L'Instant de Guerlain, the normal pour homme version, but other than that, the only similar fragrances that kind of follow the same vein that I can really think of it are like Hanemore, the HM, I believe the Eau de Toilette version rather than the Parfum version. It does follow kind of the same mold, but not really, because I'm not really a fan of that other fragrance, which I'm going to review at a later date, but very unique. That's the point of it. For longevity, solid B. Longevity, 6 to 8 hours, again, is what I get for this scent. 6 to 8 hours, after that, it's gone. You can't really, it'll last a normal work day. It'll last the 8 hours, like I said, so above average, can't really complain about it. It's not going to last much longer than that. You might have better results, might have worse results. Keep that in mind. For compliments, this one I'm actually going to divide it up into 2 compliments. Among men, compliments, B+, solid B+, excellent fragrance. Many men like it. For women, however, I'm going to give this one a C-. Again, you're going to find some women who like it, but more than not, I found more women who did not like this scent. So C-. You might get different results. Go ahead, try it out, see if you find the same results or different results. I'm actually very curious to see what other people's reaction was for it. Again, I sprayed this hands, sprayed this on paper, had them sprayed on themselves. Still was a universal reaction. Many people think it smells like bug spray almost. In fact, almost reminds me of grass almost, is what a couple other people who weren't on the video said. But for the overall scent, I give this one a solid B+. It is extremely well hyped. I still think it's a very good fragrance. In fact, I enjoy the fragrance. Out of all the fragrances that I have, whenever I have my friends come over or when other people come over, and I'm like, go ahead and choose a fragrance out, go ahead, spray it on. They go through a couple of fragrances, try it, but when it comes down to it, this fragrance has actually been picked the most of other people to wear when going out, especially when we're going out to clubs or when we're going out to maybe a bar or something like that. Almost all the men or male fragrance or male friends that I have choose this as a scent, but not many women seem to like this scent. So just keep that in mind when coming over it. Still, I give it an overall B+. I still think it's a very good scent, very unique, a great creation. If you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free to let me know. Some of you might have questions on where to get it, how to get it, whatever. I'll help you out if I can. Leave me a message, do whatever you gotta do. Thank you, have a great day, and take care of yourselves.